Hi guys, just making a quick video on why I think Disney are ruining Marvel and Star Wars. Because man, I just after seeing Moon Knight the first episode and even the stuff they've done like before then, and Disney with what they did to Book of Boba Fett and the Star Wars, sequel trilogy. Yeah, Disney are kind of ruining those franchises, man. Even though they do have some good stuff sometimes, like the Mandalorian for Star Wars and One Division for Marvel. Yeah, it's just I just don't really like what they're doing to characters, and then all these shows that they're doing with Marvel. It's just yeah, Marvel and Disney. Like I kind of wish those ties were gone now because certain things that I want to say at this point we're not really getting because of Disney, like watering stuff down. Like Moon Knight, he's supposed to be a really dark character, and you'd think it'd be like an R-rated movie, but instead they went like a TV show route. And from the first episode, I'm just like, ugh. I even heard from Angry Joe that things don't get really good until episode 4. So I'm just like, oh god. And it's probably like gonna only be 6 episodes. I don't even know for sure, but probably. And I'm just like, I just feel like I'm gonna be watching that show just to see a certain thing, but I'm not gonna get to see it for like several episodes. I'm just like, no, I'm not doing it again. After what they did to Kingpin in Hawkeye, I'm not doing that again. I just hate what Disney are doing with characters. They're playing it too safe compared to how things were done back in the day with movies before Disney took over the franchises. Just all how good Star Wars used to be, how good Marvel used to be. I mean, even when Disney took over, like I guess it was still good to a certain point. And also, I'm kind of someone who doesn't really view Endgame as the perfect movie as most people view it. Like that final battle, it could have been so much better. It was amazing. Don't get me wrong. Like there was some great scenes in that final battle, but it didn't really feel like a final proper battle. Like Lord of the Rings, like that was a final proper battle because you actually felt the stakes. In Endgame, you didn't really feel the stakes because it didn't really feel like a battle. It just felt like each character was trying to fight Thanos, and they kept getting defeated by Thanos until it gets to a point where Iron Man gets the glove and you know the snap, I am Iron Man, and that's it. Where in Lord of the Winds, like you could feel like the characters struggling to defeat all the enemies. Like you could actually see everyone fighting all the enemies, and it just and compared to Endgame, it was just like a breeze. Like you just saw all our main characters just fighting all the enemies, and it didn't feel like a struggle at all. Apart from when they was trying to fight Thanos one by one instead of all together. Yeah, it's just a lot of things that Disney's been doing. It's just they're not really taking risk. Like Book of Boba Fett. Like we didn't really get Boba Fett in that show. We got like some unrecognizable character because they're just scared to give us what the character's actually about because they don't think it's going to work for this generation, and they're trying to cater towards kids obviously, but they're not really thinking about the fans. They're just thinking about what's going to make them money, but then they're going to make the fans angry, and then they're going to lose the fans. Yeah, so they could be losing the chance of having probably even more money that they already have. But who really cares since it is Disney? Like they don't have to care about that kind of stuff. But because Boba Fett, like, he's not supposed to be a goody two shoes. He's supposed to be like a anti-hero who's probably like the most darkest character in all of Star Wars, or should I say one of the most darkest, top three definitely. Because even there's a time where Vader didn't want him to go too far because even that Vader knew how dark Boba Fett was, and then by the time we get to Book of Boba Fett, he's like a goody two shoes, which makes no sense. And then some of these old characters that I've seen him again, they're just like, that's not Boba Fett. He wouldn't be like this. Yeah, it's just really ridiculous with what they're doing with these characters. Like Loki, also like that's not Loki in the Loki show. That's some other character compared to the movie version, and that's another reason why I don't like Loki because I know a lot of people love that show, but I hate it, and it was boring. Yeah, it didn't really give me what I actually wanted from that show, and they just made Loki too good instead of him being his true character, and then kind of they could have. What their problem is, they're not trying to just use the character that already exists and then improving it. They're just trying to completely change what the character actually is, just to make it kid friendly, and that's what I don't like. And it's just watering down so many things in Marvel, and I'm just getting to the point where I'm getting sick of just what they're doing with Marvel right now. I just wish that everything wasn't tied to Disney. That's the problem. And since it is, we're never going to get the full potential of some stuff that are coming out. Like, when we get the X-Men back, I don't even think it's going to be like how the old movies used to be, where, the X-Men kind of were similar to real life with, racism and stuff, and how Charles Xavier was basically, you know, Luther King, and, Magneto, he was Malcolm X, and just all that kind of struggle with what the mutants go through was kind of relatable to what black people went through. But they're probably going to do something where it doesn't really feel that way in the MCU. I just know it. Probably after Doctor Strange 2, we're probably going to get the X-Men back, but I don't even think they'll do them right. It's just the way how Disney are kind of doing things to cater towards, being kid-friendly, PG. And they're probably going to ruin Deadpool. They're probably going to ruin who knows who else, Spawn. Like, we're never going to... I don't even know if Punisher. Because even John Bernthal said he doesn't want to come back as Punisher if they're going to ruin his character as well, because after he probably seen what it did to Kingpin, and he's just like, oh no, I'm not gonna come back as Punisher if you're gonna do that to me. And it seems like they said that they're not gonna do that because they've put the Punisher on Disney Plus. So it's like it's like the actors have to actually say that they're not gonna come back if you're gonna ruin our character. Yeah. When it comes to bringing back old characters like Daredevil and all that. Yeah, I just wish Disney was, willing to take a risk and give us what the fans actually, what we actually want for both Marvel and Star Wars fans. Because this is getting like a joke now. I'm just like, ugh, I'm kind of getting tired of Marvel now. And I just wish DC would get on top already. It's taking a bit long. Yeah, the Batman movie was good, but that's not what I mean. I mean like the DCU, not like a standalone movie, because that's not a part of the DCU. I just want, the DCU to be on top now, because Marvel's just becoming a joke now to me. I'm not liking these shows that they're making. To me, I feel like they should just focus on one show for like a whole year to get better, storytelling and, development for the characters and stuff, because it's kind of a joke now. Yeah. It's too much what they're doing. Just being so basic and just winning the characters. I'm just getting sick of seeing all these characters getting ruined for both Star Wars and, Marvel. Yeah. And that's basically my thoughts on, what Disney are doing to, these franchises. They're kind of ruining them so much now. Because they're not really giving enough care, and it's just kind of just ruining everything, really. Yeah. That's my thoughts anyway. What do you guys think? Some of you are probably, just fine with what Disney and, basically what they're doing with Marvel and Star Wars, what Disney are doing with Marvel and Star Wars, but to me, it's getting a joke now, like what they're doing to these characters and just ruining these stories and not really getting what I actually want from these stories, what they've done better in the past as well. Yeah. But yeah, I guess I'll end the video here. I'll see you in the next one. Peace, guys.